What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, September 24th. Sorry we weren't here yesterday. We were unavailable due to unforeseen circumstances, but we are here today, and we will be here tomorrow to recap last week's NFL action, preview next week's NFL action, and talk about some other stuff that's going on in sports. It is Ryder Cup week, so go USA. We are going to be definitely rooting for Captain Keegan and all of the boys on the USA Ryder Cup team this weekend. In Ocean City down here, it is Ocean's Calling weekend, big music festival. So if you guys are coming down to Ocean City this weekend, then I'm sure you're coming down for that. That's going to be fun. A lot of stuff to talk about. And my namesake, Malik Washington, going to save the Terps football program? Question mark. Or is he just going to be a very expensive free agent in college football next year, which is more likely?
I like the wellness check you guys did yesterday. Yeah. I slept all day, and even if I was awake, there was no chance I was getting on this thing because I could not talk. I'm still probably like 75% in terms of my voice, because when you play in the St. George's golf outing and then have a Ravens Monday Night Football game, it's a lot of yelling. And a lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming.
Not good for your voice box.
Brooks, what's going on in your face over there?
Just got a large parva. Got a caterpillar.
Well,
bringing out my inner Riley Green on you.
You certainly look like a cop. All right. Yeah, let's get right into the action on the meat and potatoes, because we left you guys waiting yesterday. Ravens Monday Night Football. Unfortunate loss to the Lions, 38-30, I believe was the final there, or 38-30. Yeah. We went for 2 on that last possession. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the offense in the second half. It just kind of got pretty stagnant. It seemed like Lamar they did a really good job of keeping Lamar in the pocket and kind of collapsing on him from both sides, so he wasn't able to be as shifty as he normally is. I remember there was one possession in particular where he got tackled 3 plays in a row, and I don't know who pointed it out, but it's just like, if you ever seen Lamar Jackson get tackled 3 plays in a row, it just doesn't really happen very often. I think 2 of them were sacks, and one of them was just like him scrambling, and he got a couple yards, but what did you guys see from the game? Obviously, the defense, specifically the front 7, was pretty rough.
Brooks, you go ahead.
It's kind of making me think that foot injury is probably a little bit more serious than we thought. Do I think it's that serious? Because I still think he looks pretty damn shifty out there. But I mean, like you said, when have we ever seen Lamar get tackled that easily, that much? I mean, that's not to say he didn't have his plays like he always does, and he didn't. And I still think he played well, but I'm kind of wondering if that foot injury is nagging a little bit. I mean, it also doesn't help that our fucking offensive line is a bunch of turnstiles.
Follow delay is. I mean, it's bad. That experiment needs to be over.
It needs. I mean, last year they figured it out, and it took 3 or 4 weeks. But we can't do this every year. This is getting ridiculous. And I mean, on the flip side, injuries are killing our defensive line. I don't know how much of a difference it would make if they were there, and maybe Michael Pierce is a bigger loss than we thought. So it's frustrating, man. It's especially frustrating when you go have like a Monday night game, you're wearing your black uniforms, and you do all the bullshit beforehand, which I think is cool, and I love it, and I'm glad they do it. But I mean, I've never seen us get manhandled and bullied like that. I don't think ever, or it's been a very long time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I actually was talking to people during the golf outing yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago now. That I thought the Lions were going to win. I didn't think they were going to win the way they won. They definitely manhandled us. That's something the Ravens do to other teams, and we got ravened, for lack of a better term. In our own house, and the loss of Matabike obviously was very, very, very evident. They basically could have said, "Look, we're going to run to the left, try to stop us," and we weren't able to stop them. You can't have what they have, like 240 some yards on the ground. And look, Lamar still had 3 touchdowns. So, and you can't lose. You can't score 30 points and lose by 8. That just we have to work. We've given the most points in the league.
We've also scored the most points in the league, and we're 1-2.
Yeah. One of these 2 teams, the Chiefs are going to be 1-3 at the end of this. At the end of next week,
or 1-2-1. We'll see.
God, I hope.
Hopefully, no toes on the line this year.
But I mean, hey, look, if you look at it, if you just take all encompassing the first 3 games, we've lost to 2 of the like 4 or 5 best teams in football. It's not like we're losing to the Titans or we're losing to the Raiders.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to have a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel here.
We knew that the early part of the season was going to be tough, and honestly, this loss wouldn't hurt so bad if we didn't just collapse that. But if we would have just won that Buffalo game, we'd just be like, it's okay. We're 2-1. We lost to a good team. They kind of pounded us. We're hurt. Losing Van Noy and Matabike definitely had a big influence on the defensive line in this game. But honestly, I thought the guys at the second level really didn't play all that well. Malachi Starks missed a couple of gaps on specifically that big 70-plus yard Montgomery run. Malachi Starks could have had him after like 6 yards, and he just completely missed him. I thought Roquan Smith played one of his worst games I've ever seen him play as a Raven after playing one of the best games I've ever seen him play as a Raven last week. I thought he played terribly. I didn't think he filled the gaps very well either. He didn't tackle very well. He was kind of non-existent in this game. So I want to put a little bit of the blame on the front 7 for sure, but the guys at the second level didn't give them any help. And then, I mean, Montgomery and Gibbs, every handoff, it was 10 yards. It just felt like they were going to get 10 yards every single time they ran a zone run up the middle. And it was really, really like disheartening to watch because it's just, it just felt like they were going to get 6, 7, 8 yards. And then, we finally get them down to 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, even 3rd and 8 a few times. And Laporta's wide open over the middle every time. And if he's not, then Jared Goff's throwing the best pass of his life to Amon-Ra St. Brown over the shoulder, and Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't drop anything. So I don't know. I thought on the other side of things, I thought Jared Goff played unbelievably well in this game, and it helps when you're running the ball that way and you can run everything off play action, which is kind of his bread and butter. But I thought he played one of the best games I've seen him play in his career, definitely this season. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
And I mean, when you have 290-plus yards and keep Lamar off the field for as long as you did, and you wear down the defense, I mean, that shit just never happens to us. And I think that's why it's so frustrating, because we've become used to how well our defense is playing in Baltimore, especially against the run. And you sit there and you have 2 90-plus yard drives for over 15 minutes apiece. I think one was 18 minutes or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the exact game plan they wanted to do. I mean, they just executed it perfectly, and we couldn't do anything about it.
And it's kind of weird we're talking about the Lions beating the living hell out of us, and I'm wearing a Honolulu blue shirt. It's Lions colored. But your best pass rusher, nothing against Kyle Van Noy because he's awesome, cannot be the age of Kyle Van Noy. It's got to be somebody younger. I mean, come on. Where's Owe? Where's Ajabo? Where are these other pass rushers that we drafted in first and second rounds? We can't be having this. There's no pass rush. And I don't care if you have 5 first-round picks in the secondary. If you don't get any kind of push, they're just going to sit back there and pick you apart.
Yeah. We have 3 total sacks on the season as a team. To compare, Lamar got sacked 7 times. Lamar got sacked 7 times just in this one game. Do we have any turnovers? Do we have none? We have a couple, right? Wiggins had a pick. No, Wiggins had a pick.
Did he?
Wiggins had a pick last game, not this game.
Yeah, remember we had a defensive touchdown.
And Roquan had fumble recovery for a touchdown last week. Yeah, we had touch. It was all against the Browns. In the Bills and the Lions game, I don't think we've had any. But anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about, it just seems like for whatever reason, when we got Derrick Henry, I was like, well, we have Lamar and Derrick Henry. We're never going to be able to be stopped on 3rd or 4th and short. It feels like when we get in these goal-to-go distances, or sometimes when we need these short yardage, we kind of freak out, or I don't know if it's freak out or it seems like we get stuffed a lot, and we definitely got stuffed a few times. Yeah. We had a goal line. They had a goal line stand against us, and then later in the game, really Derrick Henry had nowhere to run. basically this whole game. What do you guys attribute that to? Do you think that's just we're trying to over scheme things on short yardage situations? Do you think Derrick Henry's just like maybe he's kind of like the bruiser, but maybe not like the short yardage guy you really think he is? Maybe he's slowing down, or maybe do we just attribute this to the offensive line not being able to get a push?
I'm going with the latter there. I think it's the offensive line. I don't think Derrick Henry's slowing down at all. In fact, I think one of the runs he had this year was the fastest he's ever run based on all those, StatCast or next gen. So I don't think he's slowing down. There's just nowhere to go.
Patrick Ricard's not there either.
Yeah. The straw man, as John Gruden likes to call him, the man who stirs the drink. Patrick Ricard.
And look, this is something that we're all learning in the last couple of years is that these are like preseason games now. And, a lot of guys getting hurt with soft tissue injuries. Let's try to be 2-2 by the end of this first quarter of the season, and then we'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we get to face that Chiefs team next week. We don't really know what to expect from them other than it's going to be pretty boring on offense for them, I would imagine. Unless Tyquan Thornton's going to keep making plays like he's freaking Randy Moss. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I mean, just that Derrick Henry fumbling thing, he fumbled, I think, 3 total times in his last 600 rushes before these last 3 games, and then he's fumbled in each of these last 3 games. I will say this in his defense. I think pretty much everybody in the whole league would have fumbled in that situation against Hutchinson because he came up, basically snuck up from behind him and just punched the ball out. There's nothing really you can do about that. I don't think that was a Derrick Henry thing. It was backbreaking, though. We'll see. I mean, if he's able to get that under control, because I don't want that to be a lingering issue moving forward.
When did the punch thing start? Is that Peanut Tillman?
I think Peanut Tillman, yeah, and also specifically against Derrick Henry because nobody wants to tackle him. They much rather try to go for the ball, I think, right?
And by the way, even if you miss the ball, you're still punching a man in the arm.
Yeah.
I literally think
he starts for punching.
I literally think they're just like, all right, try to punch the ball out and then fall in front of him, and maybe he'll trip on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know that this is a stupid little thing, but can we make the goalposts on the field goals a little taller so that we don't have to have this bullshit where like did the ball go in or out? Because I still to right now don't think Tyler Luke made the field goal in the second.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think he made it. I don't think it went in. But they called it good because it went directly over the upright. Well, guess what? If the upright was a little bit taller, it would clank right off the upright and come right back at us. I don't know. Maybe it's like not aesthetically pleasing, and that's why they don't do it. I just think it's so stupid. Like I still don't think he made it. I don't think he made the field goal.
I wasn't bitching about it, but I would have bitched about it if it was going
100%. I mean, it worked out for us. But if I was a Lions fan and they lost because of that, I would have been like, "What the fuck? They didn't make that field goal."
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, any other stuff? Once again,
Hi, Laura. Hi, Antonio.
Good for Tyler Loop. I know we're making fun of that field goal specifically, but he's been pretty good for us in the early part of the season. So like him when I see out of him. Like what I saw out of Bateman this week, it looks like he got a lot more involved. Mark Andrews got a lot more involved. He had a huge week this week. Almost led a astounding comeback against my brother in fantasy, which we haven't talked about yet. My brother beat me by 0.3, 109.6 to 109.3 in fantasy football. Unfortunate for me, Brooks is in first place in that league, and I am close to the bottom. Also, Brian, who hasn't checked his fantasy app in 2 years, got a win this week with 2 players, one suspended, one out. Rashee Rice and somebody else starting. George Kittle, I believe, starting for him. Awesome. And he got a win by like 40 points. Cabbage's team put up like 60 points, and you put up 100 with 2 empty spots. So good for Brian for taking W. So yeah. But yeah, anything else you guys want to put? You guys want to have any other thoughts on the Ravens game before we put a bow on it and move to the other games of the week?
How do we feel about Zach Orr keeping his job? Because this seems like this is 2 years in a row we're doing this again at the beginning of the season with the defense.
Yeah, my opinion, I think we need to be a little bit more patient. I think this was a weird situation where we just were not healthy at all. What happened in Buffalo is pretty inexcusable. I don't know. I want to see it played out for the rest of the season, and if it gets uglier throughout the season, then I could have a conversation about it. But I think it's too early to tell. Brooks,
I agree. Same thing happened last year, but like I said, the shit's got to stop. It can't be every single year. We can't become the new Bengals where we start slow every single year. It's getting old. And I know Mike McDonald started slow as well, but it was the 1 year, but then he was gone. But yeah, I think we got to be a little bit more patient. He is dealing with some injuries. Chuck Pagano is there in his ear. But I mean, you got to be a little bit pissed off about some of this prevent shit that you're seeing, but I don't know if he really even has a choice because there's no push. So it's a double-edged sword.
It's hard not to think if this goes on for another week or two that he's out and all of a sudden Chuck Pagano is your defensive coordinator again.
I don't disagree. They got to make it's got to be improvement or else it's not. Yeah, I agree with you.
We can't have the situation where like Lamar played good last week. He didn't play great by Lamar standards. He didn't play great. He had a okay to good game, I would say, for Lamar last week. And that should be, we put up 30 points and we lost. You know what I mean? I don't think we got to be able to win games where Lamar just plays okay or good. We can't rely on Lamar to play great every single week. And the great ones do play at least good every single week, but he's going to have off weeks. Tom Brady had bad weeks. Peyton Manning had bad weeks. Every quarterback goes through, bad weeks. And I think, like I said, I think Lamar played good last week. I don't think he played great. And I think if he would have played great, we would have had a chance to win that game. And he played good and we should have had a chance to win it, but the defense wasn't good enough to keep us in it. So, that's just my overarching thought on the team. I don't want us to turn into the Buffalo Bills where it's just like Josh Allen has to play like Superman every game or they're just going to get stomped because the roster isn't very good. Anyway, going to Josh Allen and the Miami Dolphins, that was the Thursday night game. I was on a bachelor party during this game, so didn't watch a ton of it. It seemed like the Dolphins pretty much hung in it the whole game, and then Tua just kind of threw a really bad interception late in the game, and it just kind of made the score look a little bit worse than it was. Did you guys watch it?
Yes.
Was it bad? How bad was was it Tua or was it like
it was on Tua? He just didn't see the guy undercutting the route. I think it was a safety that undercut the route.
Not tall enough to see him.
Yeah, not tall enough to see him. Sure. But yeah, other than that, the Dolphins actually played a pretty decent game. Everyone thought they were going to get blown out, but you got to remember the talent level in the NFL is so, the differentiation is not that much.
Plus Thursday night, it's always a shit show. Divisional matchup on Thursday night, like it's always going to be kind of weird.
Yeah, look, it was a bad pick, and that's really what the game came down to, and that's usually how these NFL games end up working out. It comes down to like 1, 2, or 3 plays.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else on that game. The Bills improved to 3-0 as we expected them to be. They are one of the premier teams in the AFC again. I don't know who they have next week, but the Dolphins going to 0-3. Mike McDaniel, first coach fired, bets. If I was holding that ticket, I'd be pretty excited right now because I think he might be right there in the running. And if Jackson Dart doesn't work out in these next couple of weeks, I think Brian Daboll might be right behind him. The Bills play the Saints next week, and then they play the Patriots and the Falcons and the Panthers. They are going to win. They're going to be 7-0 going into that Chiefs game in Week 8. That's probably going to happen. So good for the Buffalo Bills.
Watch, that'll be the game the Panthers win.
Well, the Panthers shut the freaking Falcons out this week. It's 30-0.
I know.
To preview and just to comment on the title of this program today. My buddy, as I was driving back to Ocean City on Sunday morning, my buddy texted me because we had won a bunch of money on Saturday betting college football. I had a good day on Saturday. I bet Indiana. They beat the brakes off of Illinois. I bet Maryland. They beat the brakes off of Wisconsin. I bet Duke. They beat whoever the NC State, I can't remember. I had a good day. So everyone was texting me trying to get picks for the 1 o'clocks on Sunday. And I was like, this just looks like fucking Vegas's wrath kind of day. It looks like rat lines all over the place. It was like all these teams favored by 2 or 3 less points than they're supposed to be favored by. And I was like, this is going to be a weird fucking day, guys. I was like, just don't bet anything. Don't bet anything. It's not safe. And the freaking Browns beat the Packers. The Rams, who were one of the biggest picks of the week, straight up got absolutely hosed to not cover the spread. Not hosed. They hosed themselves, but it was a ridiculous way to cover a spread. The Steelers in the Patriots game we'll talk about later. That game was ridiculous. The Bucks should have lost to the Jets. They came out with a crazy win, but did not cover. The Panthers destroyed the Falcons 30-0. I mean, there was just rat lines all over the place. It was just every little favorite 4.5, 5.5, 6.5 that should have been 8.5, 9.5. All of them lost. What did you think about the slate, the 1 o'clock slate in general, and all the craziness that happened at the end of it? Brian, you go ahead. Sorry,
I'm just going to go right to the Browns game. What the hell? What the hell are the Browns doing beating the Packers?
Dude, I think the Browns might have one of the best defenses in the league. Yeah. Straight up. I think they do. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on with the Packers offense other than the Browns defense must just be really good.
That's nuts.
Straight up. I think they do. Whoa, what's going on? We got echoes, Brooks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, well, I'm going to mute you while you do that because it's annoying. Okay.
That was a wild one to watch. And then was the Rams Eagles one a 1 o'clock game as well?
Yes, it was.
How fast is that lineman? He was moving after he blocked that kick.
Jordan Davis, right? The guy they took in the first round the year before they took Jalen Carter. They took Jordan Davis, also out of Georgia. Apparently he lost 30 pounds this offseason, and he was running away from everyone. I mean, nobody was close to him.
No.
And that was brutal.
That is a bad beat. That is a bad beat on the cover.
I had Rams money line, so I didn't have the 3.5 that a lot of people did. So the 3.5, it seems safe no matter what. Look, you make the field goal and misses a field goal, no matter what, you're going to cover. Obviously, it didn't happen because he returned the kick 80 yards. 300-pound guy returned the kick 80 yards. But that was crazy. So I was hoping for Rams. I thought they came out and they played well. Puka is ridiculous. I mean, what does he have, like 40 catches in 3 weeks? I mean, he catches every single down. It seems like he's like every time they throw it, it's either Devontae Adams or Puka. Is there anybody else on the team?
I don't think so.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Rams are going to be a team to be reckoned with in the NFC. I think they're well coached. I think Stafford still has it. I don't know if he's going to have it over a 17-game schedule, but in moments where you need him in fourth quarter drives, I think he still can get it done. I think they have 2 legitimate top 15 receivers in the league on the team. Puka could be in the top 3 at this point. He's unbelievable. And I think their defensive line is good. I remain to be befuddled by this Eagles team and how they're 3-0, and I think they're just the Chiefs now. I think the Eagles are just I think they're just going to be super boring and just pull out a bunch of games out of their ass that they're not supposed to win. Mm-hmm. It just seems like that's the trend. What did you get? What are your thoughts on these two teams coming out of it? Are you high on the Rams? Are you high on the Eagles? Are you lower on either team? What do you expect from them moving forward?
I feel the same way about them as I did before the game. They're both really good teams. They're going to be at the end. That could be your NFC. They're top tier teams in the NFC along with the Packers.
And the Lions, if you believe what they just did.
And the Lions, yeah, and the Lions. Sorry, those are your four teams. One of those 4 is going to win the NFC.
What about the Carson Wentz led Vikings, who absolutely destroyed the Bengals this week?
Well, because the Vikings were pretty. You could see their mentality. It was like, we're just going to rush the shit out of you and see what you can do, Jake Browning. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
And you know what he did? He shat down his leg. Brooks, what are your thoughts on Rams Eagles? And then do you have any thoughts on those top teams in the NFC? Do you see the same teams as we do?
Yeah, I think Brian took the Rams to win that division, didn't he?
Yeah,
I believe he did. Yeah, I think I took San Fran, who's also 3-0. That division's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think the Rams are going to be this good, to be honest with you. But they look really good right now. And I'm not worried about the Eagles. I think they can turn it on at any moment. It's just a matter of time. I really do think that, and especially if they're pulling out wins right now when they probably shouldn't be, or I don't know if they shouldn't be, but they're winning games ugly. I think they can turn it on at any moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got outplayed by the Cowboys in week 1. I thought they should have lost that game. And I think they got outplayed by the Rams in this week. And I thought they should have lost that game. But good teams find ways to win those games. And they were able to find ways to win those games. And I can't really argue that. I will say this. Saquon Barkley, I don't believe, is even averaging 4 yards a carry yet. Once he starts getting going, if that offensive line is not the problem there, if he starts getting going, I mean, that Eagles team will be unlocked. I just don't really love what I've seen out of the coordinator, and I know it's only week 3, so we'll see what goes on there. And one other team in the NFC that we didn't mention in the best teams in the NFC category, the Tampa Bay Bakers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know what they're feeding this dude, but if you put him in a 2-minute drill, it's automatic. I mean, it's automatic. He's going to score no matter what.
He's getting into that phase that the early Russell Wilson days where it was okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to stay close the entire game, and then the last drive, Baker, just go do whatever the hell you want.
Miracle, yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett or Doug Baldwin will be out there somewhere. Don't worry about it. Making ridiculous circus catches.
He's just running around and all of a sudden just throws it. It's like backyard football in the last drive or two of the game.
I will say this about the Bucs. We have injury news that Mike Evans will be missing 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring. Pause me if you've heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll still find a way to go over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's going to miss 3 or 4 games with a hamstring. He's going to come back. He's going to put 30 fantasy points up the first 3 weeks he's back, and everyone's going to be like, oh, shit, he's good. Also, Chris Godwin, realistic chance of playing against the Eagles this week for the Buccaneers. Apparently, he was closer than than people would have expected last week to playing. So I don't know if he'll play this week, and if he does, I'm sure they're going to ease him back in. But with Mike Evans out, maybe he will be the guy that slots in next to rookie Emeka Egbuka, who I would imagine is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year at this point. I mean, the guy's just making ridiculously good plays left and right. I know Marion Hampton had a really good game for the Chargers this week too.
Well, he has to now that Najee Harris is out. So
yeah, that was ugly. God, feel bad for that guy.
Yeah.
What a rough
a lot of injuries this year,
said.
like from some big name players.
Yeah.
Already.
Nick Bosa tore his other ACL this time. Yeah, they believe it was his last time he tore his left. This time he has torn his right ACL. He is out for the year. And this Niners team just cannot stay healthy. Brock Purdy's already missed a few games. George Kittle on the IR as we speak. Brandon Ayuk still coming off of the PUP list to start the season. Just a lot of injuries in San Fran, and it just seems to be the trend for San Fran over the course of the last 5-6 years. They just can't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner also out for the year.
Oh my God, that was ugly. Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
I didn't see this one. I don't know.
It was so bad that apparently the whole stadium, when they played it on the replay at the stadium, they gasped, and then they didn't play it on the replay for fans that are watching. So I'm sure Duck, you probably saw it on Twitter somewhere, but it was apparently I didn't see it, but apparently it was ugly.
So I saw it on Red Zone. Actually, they were talking about it on Red Zone.
Broken ankle.
Ankle, yeah. It was for maybe 2-3 minutes. They were talking about it on Red Zone, and they were just talking. The guy Scott Hansen, whatever. Yeah. I almost said Chris Hansen. That's the
catch
predator guy. Yeah.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Yeah, Scott Hansen was talking about it for a couple minutes, and then they showed it on Red Zone, but they disclaimed at the beginning, if you're queasy, don't watch this. And I don't like watching those things, but I was interested and I watched it, and I really wish I wouldn't have. It was ugly.
Well, now I got to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up while we talk.
And then there was also the CeeDee Lamb injury against the Bears, which was, I think they noted it as a high ankle sprain. He's probably going to miss 2 to 4 weeks. It lost me a couple fantasy games. It really really sucked in terms of fantasy, but it also sucks for the Cowboys offense, who got pretty manhandled. If you're a fantasy guy, though, this is Jake Ferguson time. When CD is not healthy and Dak's on the field, he feeds his tight ends. So if you're a fantasy guy and Jake Ferguson somehow is available, or you can buy low on him, this is probably be a good time to try to do that. Any of the other games interesting? Colts kicked the shit out of the Titans. Jonathan Taylor is the favorite for the offensive player of the year at this point. He's been unbelievable. Another 100 yards and 3 touchdowns in this game. Michael Pittman having a resurgent year for them under QB Daniel Jones, who's almost certainly going to win. What is it? Most improved comeback. What's he coming back from? I don't know. Being cut. What a dumb award, but I know it's only been 3 weeks, but the Colts look like world beaters. And their schedule's easy as shit because they play in the AFC South.
Yeah.
Most efficient offense of all time, apparently.
Yeah, they've only punted once in 3 weeks. And it took them to like the third quarter in week 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers right now
Chargers Broncos is the biggest game we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. The Chargers are sitting so pretty because they're 3-0 and all 3 are division wins.
Yep, they won. They beat all 3 teams in their division in the first 3 weeks, which is crazy that they started off with that kind of gauntlet. Yeah. Najee Harris, that Achilles injury, he's out for the year. You could see it right away. He was going to take a handoff, didn't even get to the quarterback, just face planted straight forward, and you can see it. Now we've seen it so many times after the Rodgers one went so viral. Like, you've seen it so many times. The Achilles, you can see the ankle rolling up to the calf, and then it's just like, and it's ugly, and it's an irrational fear of mine. But really, it's every time I like my ankle starts hurting, I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. But yeah, good for the Chargers. What do we take from the early part of the season for the Broncos? I thought Bo Nix looked okay. But if you watch this game, there were 3 or 4 like 50, 60-yard passes that he missed by exactly a yard. And it seems like he just really good at missing receivers by just a smidge.
I don't know how to feel about the Broncos. The defense is there, but I just don't know how to feel about them yet. I'm still in that feeling out period because I thought they were going to be a little bit better than this, but
I don't even know if the defense is there, man.
The defense is definitely not as good as it was last year, but they were historically good last year, so you had to expect them not to be quite as good, right?
Yeah, I don't know. The jury's still out for me on them.
Yeah,
I agree. Dobbins looked good though.
Dobbins has looked great so far this year. Yeah. He's had a really good start to his year. And he was good last year.
Everyone else is getting injured, and watch, he'll be the one who stays healthy the entire season.
Dobbins, yeah. All the guys who get hurt every year. Mike Evans, he's doing it too.
How the Bosa brothers, both their ACLs must just go away after a certain age.
Oh my god. Yeah, they that's just tough. They're always hurt, those Bosa brothers. Raiders, Commanders. I didn't watch a ton of that game, if I'm honest with you. I know Gino was kind of slinging bombs to this dude, Trey Tucker. He had 8 for 145 and 3 touchdowns. So if you have Trey Tucker on your fantasy team, congrats. I don't think many people did, though.
30-some points.
Yeah. Good for the Commanders. They were able to win this game with Marcus Mariota. I believe that's the second week in a row he's played. Or was that the first game?
That was the first one.
Yeah, okay. Well, either way, Daniels is expected back this week, and if they want to be precautious, they don't really have to. But they won this game handily. Scary Terry comes out of this game with a hammy, though. His status is up in the air for next week, so pay attention to that. Panthers, Falcons. I mean, what can you say? The Panthers just absolutely dominated the Falcons. Michael Penix looks so bad in this game, and I know that because I had to start him at quarterback in a fantasy league. Because he's playing the Panthers. All right, let's start Michael Penix because Joe Burrow died, and it was my only option. And it was him or Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence ended up, I think, with like 6 fantasy points, and he ended up with like 2. But anyway, I mean, going to the game, I don't really know what's up with this Falcons team. They look bad, though, and this Panthers team, we kind of thought through the first 2 weeks of the year was going to be a complete write-off, and they looked really, really good in this game. Do you take anything from either of these games, or just a weird NFC South game? Just throw it out.
Weird NFC South game.
Yeah, I take more from. I'm more concerned. Like I just think Penix had a terrible fucking game, which is going to happen. Which is why he got benched during this game for Kirk Cousins, and I don't think we're going to write any stock into that. I think he starts again next week. Yeah. They're probably like, all right, you just don't have it. Let's not make things worse. So or get injured.
Yeah, and the game was out of hand, so it's a lost cause at that point. Because I think Cousins only played 2 series.
Yeah. I was thinking in the middle of the game they were going to replace Penix for Cousins because he looked so bad in this game. He was missing throws left and right. He missed Darnell Mooney on the sideline on like this big 3rd down early in the game, and I was like, yuck. And then they just got the shit beat out of him. It was bad.
Hopefully that was a fluke game because he's played okay the first 2 games, and we saw last year at the end of last year how well he played. So hopefully it's a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see moving forward. I have a lot less faith in that Falcons team than I did, and I think the Bucs might win that division by 4 or 5 games because the Saints are just atrocious. Yeah. The Jags-Texans was, I guess, one of the closer games of the day, but it was not good. I continue to just want to see more out of Trevor Lawrence. I just don't know at this point if we're ever going to see it. I once again, I know he's, new system and everything like that. Brian Thomas finally gets a long catch after, a lot of boo birds coming from the Jaguars fans about Brian Thomas and his alligator arms and his Ricky Waters impression he's doing over the middle.
Nice reference.
You like that?
Nice.
For who? For what? Nico Collins breakout game. The takeaway from this game is that the Texans offense and offensive line is just abysmal. They released CJ Gardner-Johnson yesterday, and I had text saying that they should have released the other CJ. They released the wrong CJ. I don't think it's Stroud's fault that his offensive line is abysmal. The Texans are 0-3 though. That's rough. That's a rough start for the Texans, who looked like they were on the rise 2 years ago. DeMeco Ryans getting Coach of the Year votes, and all of a sudden 2 years later they're 0-3, and their offensive line is the worst in the league. It looks like.
And traded away their best offensive lineman, which
really good, really smart. Let's do more of that. Saints Seahawks, we don't have to talk about that one as much. Kenneth Walker had a crazy game. He went off. Jackson Smith and Jigba is amazing, and the Saints are not good. Just not good. That score was 38-6 at halftime in that game. So yuck. Really rough game for the Saints. They have once again taken the lead for worst team in the NFL. Good for you, Saints. Cowboys Bears. CeeDee Lamb, high ankle sprain. We already talked about that. Caleb Williams, breakout. Had a really good game. I know the Cowboys defense has made a couple of quarterbacks look good the last few weeks. But good for Caleb Williams, who finally looked like he knew what he was doing. He hit on some bombs. One to Luther Burden. He was hitting to Odunze, who's continued to have a really, really good year. Good for Odunze. And then Luther Burden, their rookie out of Missouri, who's a burner who I loved coming out of the draft. He had a 3 for 101 and a touchdown. He caught like a 75-yard touchdown in this game. Yeah. Do you think the Bears can get back in this, can get into contendership, or do you think this is just the Cowboys making Caleb look good?
Cowboys.
Yeah. Brooks?
Yeah, I mean, if they play in the NFC South, maybe. But
I like that answer. I think that's,
or maybe the AFC South too. One of the Souths. Maybe they can claw their way back in. But I mean, that division is too good.
It's way too good.
Cardinals Niners. We kind of already hit on that game. Was ugly.
Ugly. That was a rock. That was a rock fight. That was tough to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really, really ugly. Mac Jones had his jersey all ripped up. Ricky Pearsall had a good game. That was nice to see. As far as the Cardinals go, Marvin Harrison Jr. dropping bombs, dropping passes left and right. I thought this guy was going to have a resurgent year. I thought he was going to have a resurgent year, but Wow, what is going on with this?
What's
You guys
going
all
on
said
with
the same
him?
thing. I don't know. He was so good at Ohio State. He was
He's
so
awesome.
good.
We were talking about him maybe being the number one pick in the draft if they didn't have quarterbacks go crazy.
I know. And then you get to the draft and people are like, I don't know. His neighbor's better than him? Maybe. I think he is so far.
Brian Thomas is better. I mean, this is stupid.
Yeah. Vlad McConkey.
I mean, let's go right. That's my guy. All right, that's my guy. That's my new Hunter Renfrow.
Dude, the Chargers, all of a sudden, Vlad McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnston, they got one of the best receiving corps in the league. All of a sudden, we were talking about them.
Quentin Johnson coming out of nowhere.
I know, QJ. He makes one big, huge play a game for sure.
And he was dropping passes left and right at TCU. He was Marvin Harrison in college.
Yeah.
I got faith that he'll turn it around, but I mean it's looking bad this year so far. He's missing balls thrown to his chest. I mean it's bad.
Yeah. Last game of Sunday, and last game we'll talk about for last week was Chiefs Giants. I fell asleep at halftime. I'm not gonna lie. The Chiefs are the most boring team to watch in the NFL.
They're boring.
They suck. I hate watching them.
Boring.
Tyrone Tracy, who was a standout rookie last year. I think he dislocated his shoulder or something like that. He separated his shoulder, some sort of something like that. He's going to be out for like something like 4 weeks. So Brian's boy Cam Scatabo from Arizona State is going to be taking over, and he looked pretty decent in this game. He was really good at Arizona State, but
I think he looks really good.
This offense is all kinds of out of whack, and they're starting a new quarterback next week. So
the last time I was out in Indy, Brooks and I were on the couch while Banksy played with trucks all over the place. And we heard the announcer in whatever game it was, Brooks, say Scattaboo maybe 300 times.
Yeah. It was Texas-Arizona State, and Arizona State should have won the game. Yeah. Oh, my God. I remember that. That was the playoffs.
He single-handedly drugged that team into like overtime.
Oh yeah. 100%.
We were contemplating me not even flying home that day because we were so locked in the game, and Brooks had to take me to the airport. You're just going to stay there.
Dude, it was nuts, man. He looks good so far this year too. I mean, I got to give him some credit. I mean, fucking.
He's Peyton Hillis.
Well, yeah, but then you got Russell Wilson throwing balls into the tunnel. Like he's not
Russell Wilson hitting the uprights on 4th and goal. He hit the uprights. Is there anything more frustrating than a quarterback throwing it out of bounds on 4th and goal? Just fucking who cares if you get picked? Like what are you doing?
We got to touch on Russell Wilson.
Have we seen him play his last game?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say two things, and I might have brought this up maybe a year ago. Russell Wilson, when his mental health coach or whatever, his name was Trevor Mulway or something, when he passed away, Russell Wilson's game went significantly down. Almost like he doesn't have like that crutch there to help him, with whatever, his sports psychologist. And so have I think we've seen him play his last game? No, because if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, I might be making a phone call.
To Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston?
One of the two.
I'd rather have Jameis, to be honest with you.
Jameis Winston on the Bengals would be amazing. He would find a way to throw 40 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in 3/4 of a season.
I think Browning might be able to do it too. He's throwing interceptions left and right.
I mean, if you're going to get the chance, fucking sling it.
Yeah, and you got those two receivers in Cincinnati, do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's Russell Wilson's last game. And also the way that you're going to see, what do the Giants do? Do they make Russell Wilson the 3rd string quarterback or the 2nd string quarterback?
I don't know.
Maybe they're done with him. I don't know. I think they paid him like $20 million though, right?
Yeah, $20 million.
Was it 20? I thought it was 10.
They paid Jameis only like 4.
I thought it was 2 years, $10 million a pop. I could be wrong.
Maybe that's it.
That might be it. Yeah, and they can just get rid of that money next year because the NFL is fake money. By the way, the 2025 Peach Bowl, Cam Scatabo had 284 all-purpose yards with 2 rushing and 1 passing touchduwn. So yeah, he was the whole team.
It was unbelievable. And at one point, he was like dehydrated. He was throwing up. Like this dude was just balling.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much all the stuff we needed to hit on NFL wise. We do have Packers Cowboys, so the Micah Parsons game this week, the Mike McCarthy Bowl, I guess. And then any other news that you guys want to talk about? The Titans coach Callahan is relieving his play calling duties after their 0-3 start. I just think he's one of the worst coaches in the league. So I think try something, but I don't think you're long for the league. But
I wonder how many coaches the Panthers are paying right now.
Matt Rule,
still getting paid, and he's at Nebraska now. That's
who was the coach in between him and Canales?
The Frank Reich.
Frank Reich. I don't know. Is Riverboat Ron still getting paid?
I do want to bring up the Tom Brady stuff with this flag football.
Oh,
have you guys seen this Saudi Arabia flag football thing they're doing?
Paid $75 million to be the quarterback for a flag football team or something.
Yeah, apparently it's not $75 million, but it's somewhere around like 50. And then Dave Portnoy calls him out. Well, I guess Portnoy's on Fox now, I guess.
Yeah. He was talking to Gruden and Greg Olson when he called it out. Yeah.
And now Brady and Portnoy are going back and forth. I mean, this is
Brady's in the news way too much for just a middling to bad announcer. He's the best quarterback of all time. He should be in the news, but
I mean, some of which is his own fault, some of which is not his own fault. The media wants to bring him up because he's a hot topic. You get clicks when you talk about Brady. Him being in the coaching box with a headset on during the games, that's stupid. But that's on him.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see any of the stuff about the flag footballs. What did Portnoy say?
Basically, he said that he's getting paid $75 million. And apparently that's an incorrect number. Brady came out and said, we're just making up numbers randomly now. He goes, and this is Brady, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but I'm going to use the names he referenced. He goes, and Babe Ruth will also be there to sign autographs if we're just making stuff up. And he said Elvis is doing the halftime show. That's Brady's.
Brady's
wants to go have some fun. Let him go have some fun. Fuck it.
Who cares? If they're going to pay that money, fucking go.
I'll watch. I want to see if he still got an arm.
Well, and there's a bunch of players going. Like Saquon's. There's a bunch of big names going. Like Saquon's going. There's like one of the run backs. It's going to be entertaining to watch.
Are we gonna have a big uproar about this like we did with Liv? It's the same thing, but nobody cares about this.
It'll probably
get as much attention. Oh, it's one game. Okay,
it's just one game.
It won't be as big of a deal then. Anything else on the NFL that you guys want to talk about before we switch over to maybe college football or baseball?
The list of Hall of Famers just came out that are up for
2026.
So the newcomers are Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Alex Smith.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Greg Olson, Jason Witten, Frank Gore, LaShawn McCoy, David DeCastro, and Marquise Pouncey from the Steelers. Defensive guys, Geno Atkins, Jarrell Casey, and Thomas Davis. And I remember how good Thomas Davis was.
Yeah.
Those are some of the big names that are up for their first year of eligibility.
Wow.
Damn. That's
also, holdovers from last year include Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly, Torrey Holt, Willie Anderson, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Steve Smith, Reggie Wayne, Darren Woodson, Fragile Fred Taylor. So, wow.
I mean, holy shit. And you're only allowed to have six. Only allowed to have 6 people get in, like on the regular
15
ballot.
finalists and 6 total. Yeah. Well, okay, so let's go through it. Breeze is in for sure.
Yeah.
Larry Fitz is in for sure. Those are first ballots. Not even close, no question. I think
Jason Witten
probably should be first ballot. I think Phillip Rivers should be in. I don't think he'll get in first ballot. Alex Smith, I don't think he'll get in. Greg Olson, I don't know.
He's like down the line. He's way down the line.
Frank Gore is going to be one people argue about because the accumulative stats are there, but he was never really the guy. he was just good for a long time, you know. On the other hand, LaShawn McCoy kind of was the guy, but just for a shorter amount of time. And then Geno Atkins, Jarrell Casey, you know, it's harder for me to judge D linemen and O linemen when it comes to Hall of Fame stuff, because that's just
given the holdovers, there's no way those guys that you just mentioned, those last 3 or 4, are getting in. But it's definitely Breeze, Fitz, and Witten, because I think Witten actually has like the second most receptions by a tight end at this point.
And then the guys from last year that didn't get in that are returning. Eli, I mean, he's getting in eventually. I don't know if it'll be this year. I think Vinatieri is going to get in eventually. I hope Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne and Steve Smith get in eventually, but they're so weird with receivers, the Hall of Fame. I don't know why Torrey Holt's not already in. I don't know why Reggie Wayne's not already in. And then Marshall Yanda, Terrell Suggs. Those are hometown guys that we would expect to, you know, at least be around the hoop for a while. I don't know. We'll see.
That
cool.
just came out. And I also just saw this NFL news that has nothing to do with the actual field. Was it Koo, the kicker from the Falcons, who got released? Yeah. Then the next day, someone stole his car.
No way. Are you serious? Oh my God. Dude,
welcome to Atlanta.
Dude, that guy was like a multiple-time Pro Bowler in Atlanta for like the last 4 or 5 years. He missed 3 kicks in week 1, got benched for another guy who went 5 for 5, and he just got cut, just gone. And then you know, it was great. The guy who made 5 for 5 last week missed his first 2 field goals this week.
Well, Koo also, I mean, he had the record. He was beating out Tucker there for a little while. He was flip-flopping with Tucker for the most accurate.
Best percentage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm reading that, and he apparently went on Twitter and asked the thief to just return his cleats. That's all he wanted. I can't make this up.
That's kind of funny.
He said that it's because the shoes feel perfect on his feet for kicking. So he doesn't want the car back. Just return the damn shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Those are the money makers. He needs those.
He needs to go to a cobbler, I guess. Do I still have those?
That's unbelievable. A cobbler. I can't believe you just dropped that reference.
Yeah.
You can go get cobbled.
Some news out of the NCAA, and we'll bounce from basketball. We'll go to basketball first, just because we're not going to talk about that as much. But Bruce Pearl has stepped down as Auburn's head basketball coach after 11 years. His son, Stephen Pearl, who has been an associate head coach, received a 5-year contract as the program's new head coach. This is via ESPN.com. Bruce Pearl will be moving into an ambassador role in the athletic department. Apparently, there was some talk about Bruce Pearl potentially running for U.S. Senate in Alabama for a long time, but apparently he put those rumors to rest in his exit interview, where he said he wouldn't have taken this job in the front office or administrative role if he was going to pursue that. But anyway, I didn't know anything about him trying to get into politics or what his qualifications even would be as a college basketball coach to be a U.S. senator. But, you know, those are lax qualifications at this point in time. What did you take from this?
Why do people from Auburn all of a sudden try to go for go into politics? Fucking Tommy Tuberville became the damn governor of the state.
Yeah.
Or maybe a senator. I can't remember. Anyway, he got into politics and he won an election. So I don't really understand. I didn't know anything about this political stuff. At first, when I first saw that he was stepping down, I mean, Auburn's been good. And I think they were the number 1 overall seed 1 or 2 years. Last year.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
won the SEC.
To see him step down either meant 2 things. 1, there was some impropriety going on, or 2, he's just getting sick of the NIL shit. But maybe it's just because he wants to give his son an opportunity.
Maybe health related too.
Could be.
Yeah, he's 65 years old.
Usually they would announce, like, if there's something going on with their health, but I guess they can't say that if he's going to take a role in the. I mean, I guess you could take a role in the front office because it's a lot less stressful and yelling and everything else. But
I'm sure he's going to be there a lot with his son helping out too. So this is probably him stepping back, but not completely stepping back.
Maybe his son actually like is more involved in the team, and he's more involved in just like running the overall, like almost like a GM. I don't know.
Yeah, he's figureheading almost because he's a good coach, and he's a hype man. I remember him at Tennessee. Yeah. Remember in Tennessee, I think he went to a women's basketball game. He went to a Tennessee women's basketball game and had no shirt on and had his body painted.
Did he really? Was Pat Summitt still a coach?
I think so. I think Pat Summitt was still alive.
He's I mean, from everything that I've seen online, his players love him. So
yeah.
I mean, I just saw players.
When I saw the headline the other day that Pearl had stepped down, I was like, really? They were like the best team in college basketball last year. Why is he doing that? But then you read more into it, and I guess it makes a little bit more sense. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. That's a guy that's been coaching. It's been in our lives for a long time, and not saying that his career is over, but it looks like it's heading that way. So good for Bruce Pearl. Another guy who's been in our life that is not going to be as much anymore, at least right now, Mike Gundy. He's a man. He is 40, and he is out as Oklahoma State's head football coach. The AD says is in the best interest of Oklahoma State long term. They are really, really bad this year, and they've been really, really bad for a couple years now. This is sad though. This was a guy. This is like one of the guys from my childhood who was still coaching. You know what I mean? And he's hopefully he gets another job.
One of the best mullets, outside of MacGyver that I've ever seen. And
17 years.
Yeah, he was forever, man.
Yeah, and he that's his alma mater, so that's got to hurt him a little bit. But look, I think he probably knew the writing was on the wall here. They haven't won. I think I read a stat. They haven't beat a Division I or what do they call them, FBS team in the last 11 games. The only win they have is against an FCS team. So that's just not good.
That's bad. I remember a couple weeks ago watching them play Oregon and being excited to put it on the TV, and they lost 69-3.
69-3. And Laura, to your point, I cannot believe that I'm a man. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Was 18 years ago. Jesus.
He was the second longest tenured coach in the FBS behind Kirk Ferentz of Iowa, who's been the coach since '99. Yeah, he outlasted Bill Snyder and all of those guys. But yeah, I mean, definitely a ton of NFL guys that we've seen out of there. Des Bryant, I don't know why I'm Chuba Hubbard, Justice Hill, Justin Blackman, James Washington is another receiver that comes to mind. I'm sure there's better ones I'm forgetting, but just a lot of really good, talented players come out of that Oklahoma State program. And just a name we've seen for sure.
And that's a school that has a lot of NIL money because all the T. Boone Pickens money that he left in his will to the university.
Yeah, it's a lot of oil money down there. What I was about to say. So they got money to spend if they should at least. Someone's not doing their job if they don't have money to spend there.
Mm-hmm.
But the other NCAA football news that I wanted to bring up, I don't know if I heard Dusty bring this up when we were talking earlier, is Bruce Arians is going to be helping out with the new search for Virginia Tech's program for their football program. He's a Virginia Tech alumni. He was a quarterback there.
He's an alum. All right.
Yeah, he's going to be helping out with like the new coaching search and GM search. So I guess I don't know if I guess their coach got fired. I didn't see anything about it, but
yeah, he got fired like week 3, I think. What are we in now for college football? Week 5 or whatever.
Week 4.
Going into 5.
Is it week 5? Oh, yeah.
Because I guess they do week 0.
It's week 4. It's week 4 because there is week 0. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Virginia Tech coach got fired a week or 2 ago, and look, Dabo Swinney's on scholarship. He's won 2 national titles. But what's going on in Clemson, man? What's happening?
Dabo's on scholarship? What's he get a scholarship for?
No, I'm just saying that's like a term. It's a term we use.
He's tenured.
What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe he could take the board's job at Alabama. He always wanted that Bama job.
I don't think Bama would take him at this point.
I don't think Maryland would take him. He doesn't recruit. He does recruit. He doesn't take transfers.
It's not like
it's been bad. Klubnik's bad too.
It's not like Dabo and God, we just said and Mike Gundy forgot how to coach. I mean, they coached up some teams that obviously were number one in the nation at one point or another. This is just not being able to adapt to the NIL world. And if you stay archaic, you're going to die a very archaic death.
And I'll say this: I'm about sick of Dabo Sweeney too, and his bullshit. What he's talking in the post game conference stuff. Like he basically said, like, if I'm on the hot seat, you can go ahead. Clemson can go ahead and fire me if they don't want to win anymore. It's like, well, you haven't won in 3 years, so what the fuck are we talking about? No. He's like, well, we basically said like we've been whatever to the playoffs 6 out of the last 10 years or 7 out of the last 10 years. We won 2 national championships in the last 10 years.
See, Antonio.
It's like, you know what? I get that, but you have not done a damn thing since NIL has come into fruition. And like Brian said, you're not adapting either. And you doesn't even seem like you're making an effort to.
It's adapt or die.
And you're sitting here in your post-game interviews being a pompous asshole. So why don't you figure it the fuck out?
He said he still thinks they have one of the best rosters in college football.
So that's saying that you're not doing a good job as a coach.
One of the best couple rosters in college football. It's like, I don't know if you have one of the best rosters in the ACC, let alone college football.
No, I can't remember which commentator. I think it was Booger McFarland was saying that they have 3 guys on defense that are going to be first-round picks.
Figure it out.
You remember like 2 years ago when Rutgers had 2 guys that were supposed to go top 10 in the NBA draft, and they won like 18 games, and everyone was just like, why isn't Rutgers good?
Year.
Was it
they didn't make the tournament. It was last year. They didn't make the NCAA tournament. 2
NBA players on it. Like, what? Maybe either these guys aren't NBA players or the coach needs to get fired. Like, something's going on.
Look, there are so many entries into the NCAA tournament. I just feel like if you don't make the NCAA tournament, you should automatically be axed. Like,
just like relegation in soccer.
Unless you had like an outlier where like you had a ton of injuries or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an indictment on you.
Yeah, Rutgers had the number 2 overall pick, and I want to say the number 6 or 7 overall pick go in the draft.
Didn't make the tournament. A lot of pizza and pasta. Hell yeah, Antonio.
Yeah,
I love
Antonio.
That. I love
They've been over in Italy for like 2-3 weeks. So
some unfortunate news that we do have to talk about. Auburn football player and former Bengals Pro Bowl running back Rudy Johnson has passed away at age 45. ESPN has not given a reason for death. A lot of people on Twitter are saying that it was suicide. I don't want to speculate, but apparently he has been a huge mental health advocate over the course of the last several years. But really, really just sad, regardless of the circumstances. Rudy Johnson is a guy definitely I remember from my childhood. Really good running back, specifically at Auburn, but definitely for the Bengals as well.
Great player.
Really, really sad hearing that. So just wanted to bring that up and give him his flowers, and hopefully his family and friends are all staying strong. But we talk about it all the time on this podcast. We used to talk about it a lot more. Mental health. If you're having problems, if you have an issue, talk to somebody. Reach out, please. And if you have somebody in your life that you haven't talked to in a while, give them a call because they might be going through some stuff that you don't know about. Some downer news.
Well, that's a part I didn't know. Did that happen yesterday?
Apparently it was announced yesterday, but they didn't give a time of death or anything like that. We will move towards some happier pastures now. Maryland.
Does anyone? Before we go to Maryland, because I know we're gonna stay. Have you seen any? Who's your favorite college football team right now, or your best college football team you've seen so far this year? If you've paid attention at all.
Dude, it's hard for me to not say Miami.
I was going to say the same thing.
I think they've got the best defense in the country. Their defense is unbelievable. And I was listening to Russillo and McShay talk about this week. It's like every time, and I've noticed it watching their games, it's like every time there's like a situation where a guy needs like help tackle, it's not like 2 or 3 guys. It's like 6 or 7 guys coming over to help. It's like they bought in to whatever system they're running down there. I loved what I saw out of Miami, and I bet against them A couple weeks ago, I took Florida when they played them, and they beat the shit out of Florida. Defensively, I think Ohio State probably has the most talent. I'm still just not sold on the quarterback.
Yeah,
and same in Penn State. I just like prove to me you can win a big game before I can talk about you as a legitimate contender. So
what is James Franklin's like 4-10 or 4-20 against top 10 opponents?
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad record.
This is where Merrick sends a text to the group chat talking shit about us.
LSU's up there too. I think Nussmeier's pretty good. Oregon's been beating the brakes off of everyone, but they haven't played anyone.
Yeah.
Oklahoma looks like they actually have a defense with Brent Venables, which is weird because usually Oklahoma's winning like 65-50 kind of games. And
they lost a quarterback.
Yeah, they did. Mateer, right? He's out for a couple weeks or?
Yeah, it's like 3 to 4 weeks for hand surgery.
Yeah, that's tough because they're probably getting right into the meat and bones of that SEC play now.
Well, they have a bye week, then they play Kent State, then they have a bye week, or the other way around, and then they play another cupcake team, and then they play Texas. And I think this kid wants to come back before the Texas game.
Okay. And then IU beat the absolute brakes of number 9 Illinois. By the way, why was Illinois number 9 in football?
What's going on? What's going on with football in Indiana? The Colts can't lose. The Hoosiers can't lose. What is happening here?
I mean,
they kicked
the Pacers are good.
The Pacers are, yeah. R.I.P. Halliburton, but they are good.
The Indiana Fever won a playoff series. This is fucking crazy.
It's a good time for Indiana fans. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm one of them, but I mean, if you're from Indiana and you're root for these teams, it's a good time. I mean, Notre Dame is still pretty good. I'll never be sold on that program. The only thing that's down right now is Purdue in terms of football, which has historically been an okay program, but like they're not world beaters for sure.
Yeah.
You're starting to see the effects of NIL too. I mean, for God's sakes, Vanderbilt is good at football this year.
Yeah. But other than that, for NCAA football, I don't think I have anything else. Are we missing anything on that?
No, we're going to talk about Maryland here in a minute.
Oh yeah.
We got to talk about the Terps. My namesake on this podcast, Malik Washington.
I got three guys that could be scooped up for a lot of money this offseason.
Yeah. Malik Washington looking like the truth in his first 4 college football games. He is 1,038 yards, 8 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. He looks really, really good. He throws a really, really effortless deep ball is one of the things I really noted watching them for the first time super intently this weekend because I always work on Saturdays, so I don't get to watch the game super close. But he threw a couple deep balls, and he's one of those guys that he throws the deep ball from the 50, and it looks like he's trying to throw a 20-yard pass, and it just flies. So I really like what I've seen out of him. He's huge. I think he's like 6'5".
Is he a freshman? Is he a transfer?
He's a true freshman, and he went to Spalding, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was from Maryland.
He is from Glen Burnie, Maryland, which I'm very familiar with. He did not decide to be a Glen Burnie Gopher and decided to be an Archbishop Spalding. What is their mascot? Cavaliers?
Oh, yeah, the Cavaliers.
Anyway, trying to make that Spalding lineage of great athletes, Will Bowers and Rudy Gay, keep going.
Keep going. I haven't watched enough Maryland football to even give a real honest opinion on them, and I don't know if Wisconsin's even decent this year. I just know that they're the first real team that Maryland played. So
it's so nice to see them go into their place and play really well.
Put on a can of whoop ass. That game was you didn't even have to watch the fourth quarter. The game was over.
Two things about the Wisconsin team. Number one, their starting quarterback is supposed to be Billy Edwards, who was the starting quarterback for the Terps last year. But he only played 1 series and then came out of the game because he was nursing an injury, and they weren't sure if he was even going to play in the beginning anyway. So they were playing with their backup quarterback, but I assume they would have probably known that going into the game. Number 2, they look terribly coached, and Luke Fickell was the opposite of what I would call a terrible coach at Cincinnati. And since he's gone to Wisconsin, they've been a complete joke. I don't know what's going on with that guy. But I don't know. I thought he was going to have success at a bigger program, and he's just completely floundered.
Well, the year that Cincinnati went undefeated and made the college football playoff, I believe, he was up for the Notre Dame job, but he wouldn't interview for it until the season was over. And then they went with Marcus Freeman, which it looks like, I know they're 1-2. I understand that, but
but
it looks like it was a good
both
pick.
Of those losses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. I mean, and my buddy Ethan was sitting next to me on the couch watching the game at this bachelor party we were on, and he looked at me and he was just like, if you'd have told me before the game that one of these coaches was going to have a terrible meltdown, I would have bet you $1 million that it was Mike Loxley and not Luke Fickell. I was like, yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with them in Wisconsin. But if you're a Badgers football fan, I can't imagine you're too happy with Luke Fickell and what they've been.
And on top of that, we have the number one edge rusher that's still committed at this point to come to Maryland. Mm-hmm. And we have like the number 4 and 8 corners, and they all play on the same team at St. Francis coming next year as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's looking up right now. I mean, there's a long way to go between now and next season. I know that, and we gotta see if we can keep everybody as well. But it's on the up and up. Hopefully, they can keep it going.
That St. Francis pipeline is the one you got to keep you got to keep in house. You have to keep that here in Maryland. And one of the guys that used to run St. Francis football program owns a couple homes right down the street. And a couple of the kids will live there because they come from, low-income families, wherever they're from, and they fly in here and live here. And some of the kids that come out of those homes are taller than me, and I'm 6'3". And I'm like, holy shit, you're 15? What?
Something we haven't talked about, speaking of that St. Francis program, is Biff. Is it Poggi or Poggi? Whatever. The guy, he's coaching Michigan. He was the Gilman coach for like 20 years, right? And he was the coach of St. Francis that brought him back on the map. He's a local guy, and he's the coach at Michigan right now. What the hell's going on?
I know. Yeah. It's crazy. And there were teams, there were high school teams in the area that wouldn't play St. Francis because they were nervous about how big the players were that were on the St. Francis team.
Oh, man. Anyway, really cool. A lot of local stuff going on. I like that. Mm-hmm. Really cool.
One of our good friends that used to coach Cover Hall as well. He was the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator over there for a while too, as they were on their up and up.
Oh yeah,
but I don't think he's there anymore. He texted me the other day. I just wanted to give him a shout out. So
yeah, and Merrick makes a good point. A lot of these kids, most of these kids that go at St. I'm not going to say most, but some of the kids at St. Francis don't have any allegiance to Maryland because they came from out of state. And
yeah, but totally keep that pipeline with the coaches and keep that money rolling their way. They'll keep going.
Yeah.
Another beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We are going to move on to baseball. There was some pretty important stuff going on in the baseball wild card race right now. I know as Oriole fans, especially if you're listening to this, you're probably not quite as attuned to it. It's football season. The Orioles haven't been competitive this year as we hoped. But they've been playing actually some pretty good baseball over the course of the last few months. So good for them. But this week, we'll see the rest of this Cleveland-Detroit series. Cleveland and Detroit right now, for context, are 85-72, both of them fighting for the Central. Detroit was running away with this division.
Detroit's doing their best impression of the Orioles last year.
Cleveland has won 14 out of 16 down the stretch and beat Scooball last night in Cleveland to tie the lead. They have 2 more games in this series, and then they both go play other teams for their last 3 games. But there are 5 games left, and they are tied neck and neck.
I can't believe
it. It's unbelievable.
Can't believe it.
The Tigers are 1-9 in their last 10. The Guardians are 9-1 in their last 10, and that's how you tie divisions real quick.
I know this is a long shot. Did you guys happen to catch any of that game yesterday?
I watched most of it. I was working, but I watched most of it at Turtle. Yeah. The guy squared to bunt and it hit him in the face. Did you see that?
I almost threw up when I saw it.
It was bad. So Scooball throws a fastball and the guy squares the bunt and the ball ricochets off the bat and goes straight up and hits him right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes.
It was bad.
99.
Did not look good.
Scooball's
reaction.
Throws his hat off. Yeah.
That's bad.
Ugly. I mean, that could mentally fuck with you.
They put him on a cart. He was sitting up and he like was communicating with Scooble. He was clearly like he seemed like he was okay, but I mean he's going to have two black eyes. His whole face is going to be black and blue for sure.
There was 2 or 3 minutes where I was like, okay, that guy might have just died right in front of us.
It was bad. It was ugly. And the only reason, so I had a game on. It was on MLB Network, so it was switching back and forth between all the games. It was like MLB Red Zone or whatever. And I didn't see it like live. And one of my regulars was like, dude, you got to look at this. And I turned around. And I was like, oh, my God. Everyone at the bar was like locked in because it was on the big TV.
Mm-hmm. The first thing I didn't see the bunt part of it. Actually, what I should say is I didn't see the ricochet on the first time I watched it. I thought he just turned.
It was just a fastball.
And just got dotted. Yeah. But
yeah, so I and on top of that, going back to this series and the Tigers just completely imploding here. My buddy sent me this tweet a couple days ago. He's a Tigers fan. On 7/7/24, the O's were 57-33 and finished 34-38 the rest of the way. On 7/8/25, the Tigers were 59-34 and have gone 26-36 since.
Yeah,
basically the same exact thing.
Not good. Not good time to have a meltdown. I mean, either of these teams could win the division or realistically miss the playoffs, because if you look at the other two teams in the wild card, Boston and Houston, they're right there. Boston is one game ahead of the two central teams, and Houston is one game behind them. So I mean, this could go any which way. If they don't make the playoffs, they were the best team at the All-Star break. They were the best team in the league. They had the best record in the league.
By like 5 games.
Yeah.
This could be like a super collapse right here.
Yeah. And on top of that, they released Charlie Morton, who got picked up by the Braves.
Yeah. Charlie Morton had a really rough
keep that guy on he was rough, but I mean, you think you keep a vet on the roster for we've seen special stuff out of Charlie Morton in the playoffs, even recently.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. And that's, he's going to Atlanta, who's eliminated from the playoffs, which is weird. They've won 10 straight, by the way. For Atlanta, Miami's also won 7 straight. What's going on with all these teams?
I don't know.
It's weird stuff going on, man.
Weird stuff. And the NL picture is even more, even more crazy shit could go on in the NL. In the NL, there are 7 teams that are still alive fighting for 3 wild card spots. 1 division and 2 wild card spots. The Mets and the Reds, the Mets who have lost, I think, like something like 14 or 15 of their last 20, and they have been completely melting down. And the Reds who have just kind of been steady throughout the season. They've just kind of like been hanging around, and Tito Francona, we kind of like them as a playoff team, or somebody did. Some of you guys did as a dark horse playoff team. And then you got Arizona, who had a really bad first half and is coming back, and they have a chance. St. Louis, Miami, and San Francisco are still in it. Can't believe Miami is still in this wild card race, but good for them. So yeah, a lot of different ways it could go. The only 2 teams that have clinched a playoff berth in the National League are the Cubs and the Padres, right? Or sorry, all the club. They have clinched the at least a playoff berth, not the
Phils and the Phillies,
and
right?
the Phils and the Dodgers, and the Brewers,
Because I still think the Phillies win the World Series.
So there's 7 teams for 1 wild card spot. I was messed up. So there's 2 wild card spots that are locked in. There's 7 teams that are fighting for this last wild card spot, and they're all within 4.5 games. There's 5 games left. Yeah. So mathematically, San Francisco, Miami, and the Cardinals are still in, but really, Arizona, the Reds, and the Mets are all within 1 game of each other, and there's 1 spot. So that's 5 games left. There's going to be a lot of fireworks for that last spot. It's going to be really fun to watch these last couple games, and we've done this intermittently throughout the season. So let's do it now. Who are the MVPs? We've talked about this a couple of times on this podcast. I think in the NL, it's pretty clear cut. It's Shohei.
I think he's minus 10,000.
Yeah, 53 homers, hitting 283. He's got over 1,000 OPS. He's got 99 ribbies, so he's going to have over 100 RBIs. He's hit 106 home runs in his 2 years with the Dodgers. Crazy. And by the way, he's pitching. And he also said he'd be open to playing the outfield in the playoffs, so he didn't have to take up the DH spot, so that he could come into the games and relieve
and be a reliever
in the 7th, 8th inning if they needed it in the playoffs. Which I don't know if they'll do that, but that would be fucking crazy to see him play right field for 6 innings and then go and pitch.
Because he hasn't done that since he's with the Angels.
Yeah, he's only played I think less than 20 games in the outfield in his career. He's mostly DH'd and pitched, but just bananas. I wholeheartedly think he deserves the NL MVP, and the AL MVP it's a 2-man race. It's Aaron Judge, who's hitting .326, leading the MLB. He's got 49 homers and 105 RBIs, and his OPS is a staggering 1.123. Cal Raleigh, 58 dongs as a switch hitting catcher. Most dongs by a switch hitter ever. Most dongs by a Mariner ever. He passed Ken Griffey. He's got 4 in his last 7 games. He's hitting .247 with 121 RBIs and a .949 OPS. 3rd in the league in RBIs and OPS, 1st in homers. Judge is 1st in batting average, 4th in homers, 9th in RBIs, and 1st by a mile in OPS. He also missed 7 or 8 games. Not a significant amount of games. But
isn't it 50-50, like the DraftKings odds?
Yeah, I think it's been back and forth, -120, +120 to both guys. It's going to come down to the wire. I mean, what is your guys' thoughts? I know once again you guys are a little bit more batting average inclined. So right now it's -115, -115. So they're exactly dead heat even odds right now.
Brooksy, if you want to go first, go for it.
Because this is probably the last time we're going to do it. Do you think, so is there a threshold? If Cal Raleigh gets to 60, do you give him the MVP?
That's what I was going to say.
Or is he already done enough? He has 58 homers as a catcher.
I think 60 just rings a lot more than 58. I know that's so stupid, but just that 6 being in the front kind of changes things. Yeah. Should it? No, but I think it does to the voters.
Brooks?
I think he gets to 60, and I think he's already earned it. We've come this far. I was kind of wondering if he was going to fall off, but he's kind of kept going with this. We've said a couple times he's been helping drag this Mariners team to victories. It feels like at times.
Yeah,
and he does so much more to impact a game as a catcher with the pitching staff. I know the Mariners are playing well overall, but I mean a lot of it's due to him. And I think it's been pretty obvious that it's been a lot to do with him. So
he could be a Gold Glove catcher. Not that Gold Gloves go toward MVP. This season.
Yeah.
Look, both of these guys, if you took them off their respective teams, both of their respective teams would be significantly worse. So it's hard to argue the value side of it. It's just I don't know if. Say it wasn't Aaron Judge having this season against Cal Raleigh. Say it was Bobby Witt Jr., a guy who had never won an MVP. Does that change your discussion? Because are we only count at is Aaron Judge going to get voter fatigued out of this? Either one of these guys deserve the MVP. Whoever gets it, they deserve it. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting discussion. I wish we could do just a split 50-50.
Do a co-MVP.
50-50, yeah, like the Barry Sanders, Brett Favre year.
Yeah, I think to your question there, Dusty, is I think if it was a Bobby Witt Jr., then we would be leaning toward Bobby Witt a little bit more. But because of voter fatigue with Aaron Judge, now the thing is, Aaron Judge plays in New York, and playing in New York gives you a little bit of a boost no matter what.
Yep.
In any sport.
Yep.
So, but if you put a gun to my head, I still think Aaron Judge wins the AL MVP.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just leaning more towards the voter fatigue part of it as well. And the fact that Seattle's finally gotten over the hump and they're probably going to win their division. If they haven't, did they clinch the division already? I think they did.
Seattle, yeah, sure I think they did.
Yeah. So
no, they've clinched the playoffs. They need one more win to clinch the division. Yeah. They need one more win because they're only 3 up on the Astros.
So yeah, I mean, I think that goes into it as well. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it right now. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. I think both guys deserve it, like you said, Dustin.
Yeah.
But if I'm making a vote, I'm voting for him.
For Raleigh. Hey, I really wish we could just split it right down the middle. They both deserve it.
It's happened before, hasn't it?
I don't know. I know it's happened in the NFL. It's the year like Steve McNair.
Oh yeah, it was the NFL. Yeah, it was the NFL. Yeah.
Steve McNair and Peyton Manning sharing the MVP.
In his last four healthy seasons, his last 3 healthy seasons, fully healthy seasons, Aaron Judge has finished MVP 4, MVP 1, MVP 1, and this year either 1 or 2. So, pretty ridiculous stretch that he's on. And I mean, just looking at his Baseball Reference page, it's just there's so many of the bold numbers on the screen.
Can we go back to what Delaware's quote and bet was with Brian Rogers?
No, I didn't. What was that?
Go ahead, Brooks. Because I remember it.
What was
it was he's not going to go to the Hall of Fame, and he's not going to be in the league in 2 years. Aaron Judge. I was like, I will take this bet right now.
That was right after he got hit in the what was it? I forget what it was. He got hit in the wrist or something. Or no, his elbow.
They might have to get Tommy John in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it tells like that frame can't stay. It doesn't have any, no longevity. I'm like, he's already going to go to the Hall of Fame because he's got 2 MVPs.
Winfield. Dave Winfield.
He's got 2 MVPs. He's going already. It doesn't matter what he does moving forward. His arms could fall off his body, and he's still going to go to the Hall of Fame.
He's been in the league 10 years, and he's missed probably at least a season's worth of games. And he's got 364 homers. He's 2 MVPs, 7-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, Rookie of the Year, Home Run Derby champ, MLB Player of the Year, and he won a Roberto Clemente Award for humanitarian. I think he's probably going to be fine. I think he'll make the whole thing.
That resume is written in ink, so he's going. Yeah. I do want to bring up something that is complete right turn from the left-hand lane, but it's baseball oriented at least. Are we going to forget about Mike Trout, like, and how good he fucking was? Is he going to be? Is he going to be one of those?
He hit his 400th homer the other night, and nobody cared. Nobody talked.
That's what I'm getting at. Is he going to be one of those guys that it's just like he gets lost as we continue to age? Because he is. I mean, what does he have? 3 MVPs, and I think the first 6 years he was in the league, he either won the MVP or came in second. I mean, he was so damn good.
Yeah,
still is if he's healthy.
That's
the problem.
Here's his first one. Okay, here's his first few years in the league. Rookie of the year, MVP 2, MVP 2, MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 1, MVP 4, MVP 2, MVP 1, MVP 5. And then he got hurt for a year, and then he was MVP 8 the year after that.
And he's played 3 playoff games in his career. God, can we get this guy to a playoff team? Please.
Oh man. Anthony Rendon's still the highest paid third baseman in the league. Isn't that fun?
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
Man.
I can feel Brooks's blood boiling because what did Brooks say? This guy doesn't even enjoy playing baseball or something like that.
Yeah. I hate that guy.
Which is fine. But some inside thoughts need to stay inside thoughts.
Oh, you're talking about Rendon shit? Because isn't he like a terrible clubhouse guy or something?
He's horrible.
When you say shit like that to the media that this is a job and doesn't really enjoy playing baseball. I mean, again, some inside thoughts should stay inside thoughts.
Yeah. You know how many people would kill to be in your position, you fucking asshole? Oh my god!
And he said that after he just signed a huge deal. So, God,
interesting.
Shut the fuck up.
Interesting stat I just saw on Twitter. This is OptaStats Twitter page. The Mets lost 7 straight in June. They lost 7 straight again in August. They lost 8 straight in September. The only team in MLB history to have 3 separate 7+ game losing streaks and still make the playoffs was the 2006 Cardinals, who won the World Series. Just a crazy stat. They've lost 7 games in a row 3 different times this year, and they're still in the playoff contention. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm just concerned we're going to forget about Mike Trout. I really am.
I don't know, man. He's a 3-time MVP. I don't think we'll forget about him.
We could see him back next year playing well. I mean,
yeah, if he has like
one of the Angels,
he needs like a Twilight. He needs to have like a career Twilight resurgence. I mean, shit, the guy's only like 33, right? He's not done. He's 34. He just turned 34.
He's got 2 or 3 more years ready to go. But
yeah,
get him to a playoff team, and whatever team that is. I'm not going to start.
You can't take his name that's on the Silver Slugger Award 9 times off of it. So
I don't know. DH sounds awfully nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got DHs winning MVPs left and right. Ohtani's doing it every year. He's also pitching. But last year,
a team in Baltimore that would love to have him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or he could play right field.
Yeah, he doesn't have to move too much out there. Play balls off the wall. Balls off the wall, and
yeah. All right. You guys have anything else that you want to bring up from the wide world of sports? Or
I do. Big news from the ABS stuff. Next year, they're officially implementing 2 challenges per team per game for ABS stuff. So that's cool. This went to a vote and it passed. So I'm not that surprised. I am surprised, but I'm not surprised. I knew it was coming. I'm a little surprised it came this year, but I think with how well it went during spring training, the All-Star game, in the minors, it seems like everybody likes it and it's being used really well. So I'm happy it's here. So that's big news. Do you guys agree with that or no?
I'm excited about it. I think it's a good thing that's going to be implemented too.
Me too.
I like everything I've read about it. I like the rules. I like how it's set up. Only the battery can do it, or the batter. And it can only take up to 15 seconds for the actual review to happen. And apparently it's going to be in maybe not on television, but in the stadium, you're going to be able to see it on all jumbotrons.
Yeah,
it's going to be transparent.
It's going to be like tennis. When you watch tennis and it says in or out and they challenge it, it's going to be just like that. It's going to be on the scoreboard. It's going to show a strike zone and it's going to be in or out. That's it.
Yeah. So I saw
I love everything about it.
I saw it when I went to Tim's rehab, one of his rehab appearances. And it's literally, it took less than 6 seconds. Like, it was so fast. It's a quick challenge. It goes like basically straight up onto the board. It says striker ball with the strike zone, and then you move on. So
I think the players like it. I think it's good for the game. I don't think it'll slow the game down at all. And I think it'll make the game a little bit less frustrating when you get these strike calls and ball calls that are just, a little bit
outrageous,
kind of change, especially in when there's guys on second and third and it's like kind of a big at bat. I think that's going to be important. But yeah, I love it. I'm glad they're doing it. And we will see it in regular season games next year, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's officially passed. And then there was another baseball thing that I am missing right now that I can't remember. But
it's okay. We can bring it up tomorrow because I know Dusty's got to get out of here to go to his appointment.
Yeah.
And we rocking and rolling tomorrow for picks and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna be on tomorrow. Same damn time, same damn place.
Got it.
But yeah, look out for the big wildcard stuff that's going on in the MLB. Pay attention to the MLB Network over the course of the next couple days. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's going to be really fun to see who's going to be in the playoffs this year.
Most valuable Oriole was announced.
Oh,
that's
what's that?
Who is it? The guy that we traded for that was the worst trade in Orioles history.
Tyler Rogers. Trevor Rogers.
Brian Rogers?
Rogers.
I'm right-handed.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
The country singer, not the pitcher. Yeah. Good for him. If it weren't for him, who would have been? I'm trying to think of because I forgot about him. Is it Gunnar? Because he missed like a month, right?
Yeah, but his stats are, I mean, his home runs are down, but I mean, defensively, he played great this year.
He played a lot better this year, yeah.
In terms of errors wise, I know we can talk all you want about I know this was a big issue in the beginning of the season about his relays to home plate, and people were getting pissed about those. But look at his errors. His errors were way down, way down, and he was still making great plays out there. Average was still up. I mean, extra base hits. He still leads the team in extra base hits, I believe. Stolen bases probably as well.
Yeah.
So had to be him.
Yeah.
Even though it's a down year in our eyes, he's still. I mean, you go look at the stats, and he's still still a great year.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. All right. We're going to be back tomorrow to preview the NFL season, or sorry, the NFL Week 4, the NFL season, the NFL Week 4 slate. We're going to be picking the games against the spread. We did not do our picks last week. Unfortunately, we could not get on last week, and I know we couldn't get on yesterday, but we came on today instead. But we are going to call Week 3 our bye week. And that'll be hopefully our only bye week for the season long standings, and we will still keep the season long standings for the picks. I actually made my picks, so I'm going to see how I did. I don't think it was good because it was rat line week, but we'll see.
Weird week.
And I'll have Joe Racky like I did last season. I'll have Joe Racky pick a team or two for me. Tomorrow.
Hell yeah, I love that. All right, yeah. So we will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Or most likely like 11:10 based on our schedules, but we do around here if you've been following. But thank you guys for watching, listening, liking, subscribing, commenting, and if you like the show, recommend it to a friend, or hit that like button on YouTube. I know people love saying that. Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Oh man.
Going back to the Rudy Johnson stuff, once again, I want to harp on this. If you know anybody that you haven't talked to in a while, you haven't reached out to in a while, or if you know somebody who's been a little bit down recently, please reach out to them. And if you're on the other side, and if you're not feeling great, reach out to a friend, talk to somebody. Mental health is incredibly important, and it's something that's lost in society today. I mean, and Dusty knows this. I lost another friend to what we're talking about right here while we were together at Shoddy's out in Ocean City. So just take care of each other, man. It's so important. I mean, these guys didn't hear from me for about 36 hours, and they're doing wellness checks on me. I'm just sleeping because I have no damn voice. We care about you, buddy. So
care about you guys too. A ton.
Anyway, that'll be the show today. I've got something I got to get to, and I'm going to get dinner with my parents tonight, and I can't wait. Shout out Glenn and Mickey, and we love you guys. We will see you tomorrow.
Love you, Joe. Love everybody.
See ya.
See ya.